Stamp some soap with me while I answer a few of your questions and let you know some things you may not know about soaping. One of the questions I was asked was, how did I get into soaping? Like most people did during COVID, I became obsessed with watching TikToks and mostly the soaping videos. I thought they were super satisfying and I wanted to give it a go. I think it was the middle of 2021 when I decided that I was going to start researching and looking into actually giving it a go, making soap. I think we were in a lockdown at that point, so I researched for just over a month before I started to put my recipe together. When I first started, I had no idea that it was so complicated and very science-based. Luckily, my mum is science-minded, so she was able to help me. I worked out which ingredients I wanted to include, and I wanted a point of difference, which is why I chose the watermelon seed oil. Besides the fact that I love everything to do with watermelons, the watermelon seed oil has many benefits, such as it's high in vitamins A, B and C, and it helps the body by unclogging the pores in oily or combination skin. It is also one of my moisturizing ingredients. And the other thing I wanted to do was to be a vegan brand. So I decided not to use any goat's milk or anything in regards to animals. Once I got my ingredients, I had to formulate my recipe, which you pop that into a soap calculator and it helps you work out the percentages of each ingredient. Some ingredients you can only use a certain percentage in your recipe, so I had to make sure that I was working that out correctly. Anyway, after I did all that, I came up with my recipe and I tried and unfortunately failed. The first one I tried was my watermelon bar, which looks very different to what it does now, but that was very sticky and struggled to get out of the mold. And then I continued to problem solve and work through that. And it wasn't until after 12 tries that I actually worked out the recipe that I'm still using today. I gave it to families and friends to have a try and got great feedback. So I decided to give it a go to see if I could do this as a business. Decided I was going to launch January of the following year, but would just advertise locally for anyone who might want to purchase any bars. And amazingly, I'd sold out everything leading into Christmas and had basically nothing to launch in the January, which was a fantastic problem to have. I was very grateful. For those who don't know, once I make soap, it needs to sit for 24 hours. And then once I've unmolded it, it needs to sit for another 4 weeks to allow all the excess water to evaporate. So then it makes for a harder bar. So it wasn't a quick thing to make more. And I've been going ever since. And I appreciate all your likes, comments, follows and shares. Thank you so much.